Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the Hoop Stuff Podcast. I'm your host, Isaac, and today I'm here with our special guest, Nate.
Yo, what's up?
Today we're going to be talking about our top 10 players of all time. We're going to be debating who should go where, and let's get right into it. So, starting off with my 10th best player, I have Bill Russell at number 10. He played 963 games. He averaged 15.1 points. He averaged 22.5 rebounds and 4.3 assists on his career. He was a solid player and he had a ton of rings, but he also played in a era where there wasn't a lot of great players like there is today.
At my number 10, I got Shaquille O'Neal. He had 23.7 points. He had 10.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and he played 1,207 games, which I think would be pretty good at 10.
For my number 9, I have Kobe Bryant. He played in 1,346 games. He had 25 points per game and 5.2 rebounds per game and 4.7 assists per game on his career averages. It's solid numbers. A lot of people think Kobe Bryant is like top 5, but in my opinion, he's top 10, but definitely not top 5. He could be moved up maybe like to the 8 or 7 spot, but I on my list I have him at 9.
At my number 9, I got Magic Johnson. He played 906 games. He had 19.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, 11.2 assists. I put him at number 9 because I think he's just like all around player. He had points, rebounds, and assists.
For my number 8 spot, I picked Tim Duncan. He played 1,392 games. He scored 19 points, had 10.8 rebounds, and 3 assists per game on his career averages. He was a great player for the Spurs to go along with like David Robinson. He played with Tony Parker. He played with some great players, but I think he's number 8. He's a solid player.
At my number 8, I had Hakeem Olajuwon. He played 1,238 games. He had 21.8 points, 11.1 rebounds, and 2.5 assists.
For my number 7 spot, I put Shaq. He played 1,207 games. He had 23.7 points per game, 10.9 rebounds per game, and 2.5 assists per game on his career averages. He was a great, just paint beast. He was dunking all over people. He was a great player to watch, and he was just a really fun player to watch.
At my number 7, I had Bill Russell. He had 15.1 points, 22.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and he played 963 games. I put him at number 7 because he did have a lot of rebounds, not that many assists, but he did have some points.
For my number 6 spot, I put Wilt Chamberlain. Obviously, he scored that 100-point game, which automatically gets him in the top 10 for me. But he has 1,045 games played, 30.1 points, 22.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists on his career averages. Those are crazy numbers, and we would always see Wilt Chamberlain dropping a crazy amount of points like every night. But the problem with that is his era. Again, like I said earlier, his era that he played in just wasn't as good as the players are today.
At my number 6, I put Kobe Bryant because he had 25 points, 5.2 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 1,346. I put him at number 6 because I liked his Mamba mentality and just the way he was playing is just great.
All right, for my number 5 spot, I put Magic Johnson here. He played 906 games. He had 19.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, and 11.2 assists on his career averages. He was a great all-around player. Magic Johnson had great accolades. He was MVP, or he was a sorry, not MVP. He was an NBA champion multiple times, and he played with the Lakers, which are one of the greatest teams in NBA history.
At my number 5, I put Larry Bird. He played 897 games. He averaged 24.3 points, He had 10 rebounds, 6.3 assists. He was a great shooter, not better than Steph Curry, but I really liked him.
For my number 4, I had Larry Bird. Like Nate just said, he played 897 games. He scored 24.3 points, 10 rebounds, 6.3 assists on his career averages. They're great stats. He was like Nate just said, he was a great shooter, and another one of those phenomenal teams with the Celtics. He had a ton of weapons on that team. They were just a great team all around. They won so many championships.
At my number 4, I put Wilt Chamberlain. He played 1,045 games. He averaged 30.1 points. He had 22.9 rebounds, 4.4 assists. I liked him because he was really tall and he scored a lot of points and he had a lot of rebounds.
For my number 3, I have Kareem right here, and a lot of people have Kareem at their 3, which is understandable. He was a great player. He had that sky hook, which was a pretty much unblockable shot. Only like 5 or 6 people ever blocked that in his career. He played 1,560 games. He scored 24.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game on his career averages. And he was just a great player all around. And obviously, for these players that played like a long time ago, like these older players, they didn't have the 3-point line as well. So that allowed them to only score 2 points per every shot they took. So that's another like big major effect for that.
At my number 3, I also put Kareem. Like Isaac said, his sky hook was amazing. He was a great inside scorer. He averaged 24.6 points per game, and he played a lot of games, and he had a lot of rebounds.
For my number 2, I put LeBron James. This is one of the biggest debates of NBA history, whether you're putting LeBron James or Michael Jordan at number 2. LeBron James is a great player, but I really just cannot put him over Michael Jordan. He played 1,413 games. He scored 27.2 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.3 assists. LeBron is a great player, and he's still going in the league, going strong. He's like 38 now. He's just he's a great player. Even though he's aged so much, he can just keep averaging those great numbers that he averages right now.
Yeah, I also put LeBron at 2 because I just think Michael Jordan is better because back in the day it wasn't like how basketball is now.
For my number 1, like I said, I put Michael Jordan. He had 1,072 games played on his career. He averaged 30.1 points on his career, 6.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. He scored more points than like he averaged more points per game, I should say, than LeBron, because we see he averaged 30.1, and on LeBron's career he only averages 27.2. And the thing with Michael Jordan is he played a lot less games than LeBron. The thing with Michael Jordan is he didn't really have to leave the league like because of physical, probably because he didn't leave the league because he was too old. He just left the league because of mental problems with his with family problems. He lost his dad, so he left for like 4 years to go to the MLB, and he just had a lot of problems going on in his head, so he couldn't play as much games as LeBron did. But I think if Michael Jordan like played for a longer period of time, he's he's definitely no doubt in the number 1 spot. But him and LeBron are really close.
Yeah, I also put Michael Jordan at 1 because I just think he's the GOAT, and he just when he lost his father, it was tough for him to come back to the league. And yeah, I just think he's the GOAT.
Let us know down in the comments what you think about our top 10s, and you could even put your guys' top 10 players down in the comments too. Let us know if you think LeBron or Michael Jordan is better. And just want to say thank you to Nate for joining me on the podcast this week.
Of course.
And thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and tune in next week for the next podcast.